Welcome back, beautiful people, to Culture Talks. My name is Frankie, and in today's pop culture related video, we'll be reviewing the film Creed 2. So to start off, what I normally do with all these videos, these review videos, I start off with a series of cons and then move into the pros, talk about the positive things and with the positive things about the film, and then kind of generally talk about the film and how I felt, and then give a score at the end. So you gotta watch the entire video to look at the score and get my personal score on this film. So to begin, we're gonna jump straight into the cons, and there's not so much, so I'm already kind of teasing what I'm feeling and how I feel about this film. Creed 2 is something that you might enjoy or you might not. Let's find out now. To start off with the cons, I'm gonna tell you straight away, it's a few cons, one big one and a few small little ones that I had while watching this film. So jumping right in, the first few cons I had was you kind of miss the director from the previous film, the first Creed film, Ryan Coogler. He left to do Black Panther, the first Black Panther, and is expected to do a Black Panther 2. So he was sorely missed in this film to some extent. I have to give credit to the new director. He did a great job. Not gonna spoil much other than because that's gonna save it for the pros. For the cons, overall, like you could tell this isn't a Ryan Coogler movie. You know, he did a phenomenal job with Creed 2. Creed 1. Everything you love about Creed 1 is kind of there, but in fairness of the current director, he had to do something completely different because, you know, this is his own name, this is his own product. He is in charge of this film and has his own reins. So you're not gonna see similarities entirely throughout the film. Much what you loved about the first one might not be in this one. I'm just kind of warning you. That's not a spoiler, especially if you know that the first director isn't involved. It's expected. You're gonna see the changes, and they were noticeable. Not too badly. This film holds up. Again, leaving that for the pros. Moving on. Another little small thing that I had with this film was kind of the pacing a bit. It starts off great, a little bit. It's hard to explain without, again, it's always hard to do these things without trying to spoil. I want my friends and family to go see films, and I don't want to ruin anything for them. So if you want something ruined, just let me know in the comments or message me directly and we can talk about it. But there's moments in the film and scenes where they fall flat, and I wish it didn't have the same punch, yes, pun intended, punch and kick in the gut that I got from watching the first film. Again, that kind of goes along with having the previous director not being there. I think the writing team is still kind of the same, but obviously they didn't have that leadership with Ryan Coogler at the helm, helping them out, or you know, telling them or giving his input. You know, directors always have to give their input. Well, not always. That's why they have a writing team and a cinematography team. But you know, it's not the same team. That's what I'm getting at. And so some part of the scenes throughout the film where I was expecting this to happen and that to happen or to feel something didn't happen, and it felt short, and I'm just wondering, that was interesting. That was an interesting sort of way to go throughout that, but that's really it. But I'm not gonna, again, these are minor things. The big one coming now, and you might catch on, and it might be a spoiler in your opinion, but I swear to you, I'm not getting into detail, so let's jump into it. So the biggest con I had with this film was the theme. I'm not gonna say it. You know what this film is, you know what Creed 2 is, you know what the first one's about, and you know how it's connected to a lineage of old movies dating back since the first Rocky film. So, you know the theme. The theme of the film, for what it is, lacks that theme, that major theme. In fact, I found points of where the theme was supposed to take place throughout the film, scenes of that film, with the theme included. I just didn't care for them. But there is a positive that comes out of it, and it's okay and it's fine. But for people who are hardcore fans of Rocky and maybe even the first Creed, you're gonna be slightly disappointed. Maybe not. This is just my personal opinion. I swear to you, that theme, that current running theme. I'm not gonna say the word because you know what I'm talking about. Those of you who will watch this or may not watch this, I don't care. There's a missing theme, and it just didn't work in some of the scenes. And I'm not gonna say more than that. There is a theme missing, and to you maybe it's not missing if you do see this film, but it might not. The theme might not be as strong. So I'm back and forth between that throughout the film. The theme is there, it's not as strong, or it lacks portions of that theme throughout the film where it should have been. So you'll probably get it if you see it. Hopefully this me talking about it doesn't turn you off from watching the film, which is a perfect transition to the positives or the pros. Let's do that now. Pros coming up. So the pros. I know the cons didn't go very well because it might come off as scary and turned offish. I'll let you know now. One of the biggest pros is this film is watchable. It's not The Crimes of Grindelwald. It's not Harry Potter failure. This is an actual good film based off the Rocky franchise, based off the new franchise that is Creed. It is a good Creed film. It is a very good, well done film. Not as amazing as the first film, but good. It's watchable. So the first real big pro I have to give is the cast. The cast was amazing. Sylvester Stallone, I know with all the BS that goes around with him, and the machismo and whatever BS that goes around in his life, if you can just remove that for a moment, and which I did because I forgot, watching him on screen again, playing the character of Rocky and being a mentor to Michael B. Jordan's opposite Creed, Adonis Creed, it was great. He still got it. I hate to say that in some way, but the actor you must respect, the person you don't have to so much, the character you have to respect in some ways. It works. Sylvester Stallone kills it again. Tessa Thompson's an incredible, just on-screen support for the character of Adonis and Michael B. Jordan. And Michael B. Jordan still shines as Adonis, a son who never got to meet his father, rising to the top and showing what he's got to the world. Great acting throughout this film. Can't say enough good things about the acting, but that's it. I'm not gonna blabber on about that. Moving on. The cinematography was really good. It's again not amazing compared to Creed 2. Some of the fighting sequences were done very well. Not as amazing as the first, as I say. Unfortunately, I guess you can add this to like con. Talking about it in the pros, I'm sorry, but I have to make note of it. It lives a bit of it in the shadow of the first film, but not so much because it does have good acting. It has a good story to tell. It's not an original story, I'll give it that, but it's a good story nonetheless. So a big pro has to go to the storytelling. It's done well, it's presented well, it won't make you hate it so much so, whereas a theme, I disliked the lack of theme or constant removal of the theme for the film throughout, the sequence of events that played out in the movie. So it might sound confusing, but again, we could discuss privately because I really don't want to spoil it. But the storytelling is strong. It's a good story from start to finish overall. It's just the lack of theme that may bring down the enjoyment of the film, not the actual storytelling of the film, just the enjoyment, because you know what this film is, and that's it. I'm not gonna say more than that. Moving on. Another quick pro, music was good. That was a big thing from the first film. Music is great, on point. The visuals, the cinematography, another great thing. I was all up in arms about, just in awe, threw me back. That still holds up well. Again, I hate bringing this up, but just so you guys know, because I don't want people thinking I'm steering them wrong, that this is much like the first. It's not. It's still good. It's not Rocky 5. All right. Yeah, different time frames, different movies, but just giving you a perspective. It's good. It's not, Rocky 1. It's not Creed 1. It's good. It's more like Rocky 2. It's Creed 2. Creed 2 is its own movie because it has its own different team and different story to tell. But yes, that's it. Last big pro coming to you now. And the last big pro I have to give it is this, and I haven't really said this about any film so far this year. This movie made me feel something, and in a good way. It made me feel things. I felt touched. My heart was pounding. I tensed up at some points in the scene. Then that goes along with the great acting and storytelling. That's what I'm saying. But it wasn't as much as it was with Creed 1. And I know I probably would have felt it even more had I seen Creed 1 in theaters. I didn't see it in theaters. In fact, I saw it in bad quality. So I saw this blown up screen with Tessa Thompson, no less, behind me, a few rows behind me, and it was tugs. It tugs at you. It makes you feel, you know, want to do something, or it makes you just want to it just makes you want to do something. And I'm not going to say what specifically because it might spoil it for you, and I don't want that. This movie makes you feel something, and that's a good thing. When a film, a movie, when a story that's done well and it tells you the right kind of story, wants you to know, and it makes you feel something, then it's done something right. And there's films out there, you know, if it makes you want to just punch a baby and kick a puppy, well then that's a really bad movie, and you should probably report whoever made that film, because that's god awful. I hope that never happens to anyone. Or if it just leaves you feeling like, wow, that really sucked, or there was something missing, then that's not a very good film. This doesn't give me, it never gave me that, and it won't, I don't think it will give you that if you're a fan of the franchise. So go watch this film. It is approved for me. It's a go watch it. So overall, this film lacks a few things. It misses out on a few things, and one big portion of this film misses out on an opportunity of a lifetime to capitalize on the theme. And I know that sounds harsh, but it is the truth. It lacks a theme and it misses out on a few things. But overall, when it came down to the acting and the performance of the cast and the storytelling and even the visuals, still, the visuals hold up. The film wins in my book. It's a knockout. It made me feel things. It knocked the wind out of me at the end, and I just felt like, man, it'll make you feel things. It makes you want to get up out of your seat and just say, well done. Well done. You did it. You made another good film. So that's really much it for the overview. Not gonna get more past that. Alright, beautiful people, that's pretty much it. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you like what you see, you like what I do, you like what you hear, give me a share, give me a like, give me a subscribe, whatever. I'll take anything. The share goes a long way. Please, I would really appreciate it. It's the holidays. Give me a little gift for me, or, you know, upcoming holidays. I would really appreciate it. Doesn't matter. You suck. I'm just kidding. I'm tired. It's hot in here. I'm done. I love you so much. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you liked it. I hope you like this movie. Let's talk about it in the near future. I love you. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.